The next one was the last one. And this was Nesta. And I want to talk to you about Nesta because there's something. Nesta and Silvera. I want to talk to you about him because I gave this a C, and they picked him in the 7th round and picked 231. This is a throwaway pick. I mean, for every Brock Purdy, it's 1 in 1,000. So I'm going to tell you why I gave it a C, because there's a couple of reasons. First of all, most people had him on a draft board as a 5th rounder. The Raiders get him in the 7th. This is a guy that transferred, and sometimes when players transfer, they get lost in the shuffle, okay? But he came from Miami of Florida. This is a defensive tackle with a really big burst. This is a guy who is a disruptor. Now, you may remember after the Byron Young pick, which some people were extremely critical of, I was not, because of things that I knew from the Senior Bowl, but they were so into Nesta that they gave him one of their top 30 visits. That's a pretty big deal because Dave Ziegler used to coach one of the Arizona coaches on staff. The Raiders also have some people on that staff they have a relationship with. And they gave him a little insight. Hey, this is a guy don't overlook. He got a little bit lost because of transferring. I'm going to give this guy a C because I do expect him to make the team and have a chance to grow and to develop something. You know, if you're picking a guy in the 7th round with a 5th round rating, and it's a crapshoot here anyways, and he does have potential to develop into something, and he fits a need, which I remember, go back and watch the podcast after Byron Young, they needed defensive linemen that could disrupt the rush. Not their rush, but the other team's rushing attack, offensive rushing attack. So you got a guy here. He's mean. He's fierce. He plays tough. So if you don't like a 7th round guy, who really cares? They're 7th rounders. You shouldn't have any expectation for a 7th rounder anyways. So if you get an expectation and the guy makes the team, you should be thrilled. Okay, great. But this is a guy that they got a lot of knowledge on. Now, I want to say this to fans. You often hear me say that when you go to a football game at Allegiant Stadium, everybody's getting paid to be there but one person. The snack guy selling snacks is getting paid. The owner of the team's getting paid. His general manager's getting paid. The players are getting paid. The coaches are getting paid. The media's getting paid. The only one there not getting paid is the fans, and they're paying to be there. That's why when people say to me, I've had other media members, why do you follow so many of the fans who follow you? I want to hear from them. Why do I interact with you guys? I want to hear from you. You're not my enemies. You're technically my bosses. But I also want to hear from fans because I trust and love your perspective. But the term fan does come from fanatic. And that's sometimes you make decisions. You see, I don't think media members are good when they're covering a team they root for. I think you can be good, but it's very difficult because you have to separate yourself emotionally from a team. And how can you be a fan and a fanatic if you're not emotional? But when you look at the Nesta pick, where they got him, I think it was a great pick. If a guy makes the team, it's a winner chicken dinner. So what does this say to Farrell and Butler, 2 guys late last year? Well, it says, we're very unhappy with you. Last year when the Raiders needed defensive tackles, there were games they didn't even dress. So get your head out of your butt because they're looking to replace you. Nice. It's the fact. And so overall, I thought it was good.